Okay, so I was keep on losing signal earlier. So let's see if we could do it now. This is called the Era of Changes, right? And this is what we're going to be talking about. And most Sunday we're going to go live at 6. As you can see, I posted it earlier, right? And we're going to talk about the era 2020. And this year is the year of changes, right? A lot of changes also. Like we're witnessing changes that we've never seen before, right? And when I say changes we never seen before, we could name it, we could call it a lot of changes we never witnessed in our life, right? We never seen a pandemic that closed down the whole economic, not just one part of the world, but the whole entire world, right? We never seen these things happen. At least I never seen this thing happen in my lifetime, right? And this is a situation that we have to talk about. We can't just ignore it, okay? Because we in a situation right now that everybody affected by it, right? Usually when these things happen, they usually blame it on Africa. They used to say, okay, it started in Africa, okay. They're always trying to blame Africa. This time no one could blame Africa, right? This pandemic is affecting the whole world and everyone feeling it, especially those that always cause it to happen. Now they're feeling it also, all right? It is terrible. We never seeing we never seen people, big up yourself, DJ Shenko. You never see people just can't work, staying home, people getting sick, and all these things happening. You even seeing artists, producer, movie actor, you could name it all. They are not making any money whatsoever, right? We never see nothing about, we never see these things happen in our whole life, right? Usually some stuff like this probably will last for a couple of months, maybe, when I say a couple of months, maybe a month or two, maybe three, but this is going on almost the whole year, right? Since February, and now we in the end of July. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that we never seen before, and it's affecting everybody, right? We have so much people dying each day from this thing, and it's just amazing to see that how can someone actually invented something and release it on people, right? Release it on people and affecting people so much. And it is crazy because, you know, in December, okay, we don't even know when it's going to end. Everyone I speak to, everyone is just saying, okay, I'm hoping that this thing just go away so we could get back to our usual life. And there's no getting back to our usual life, all right? This thing was invented to actually intervene with our living, to intervene with everything that we used to, right? And this thing is doing exactly what they invented it to do. All right, DJ Shenko. And now everyone is just sitting out waiting to see what's going to happen. Even these people who invented these things don't even know what's going to happen now. You know why? They didn't know it was going to affect even them themselves, right? They has done so much experiment on people so that they think they could control this one. Now they're trying to control the population. So they release this disease on us, and look what happened now. It's uncontrollable. Now they can control it. Now maybe they doesn't want to control it anyway, right? Because if they invented something before they even put it out in the public, I know they have the solution for it. I know they have the cure for it, right? But they're not focusing on healing or curing anybody. They're focusing on the numbers, the population, right? What right now, if they could bring down the population to what they want it to be, you'd be so surprised there's no more disease around. There's nothing else going around. It would be just done right there, right? And to show you that these people have no they have no respect for human, they have no respect for even their own self, right? They're bringing out something that even going to kill even their own self, to show you how these people is, right? They're killing elderly people, young people, kids, everybody, right? And they have no remarks about what they're doing or what's the circumstances going to be. Their only focus is on numbers, right? So if the population right now as we speak is, let's say, 7 billion, they want to get it down to 4. They are not going to stop this thing until they get what their goal is, right? And it's to bring down our population, especially black people, right? There definitely is reptilian, because human being cannot think like this, right? There's no way you're going to think about creating something that's going to destroy women and children, right? And human being does not think like that for real. So these people must be reptilian people for real to be thinking like that, all right? But what I'm saying is 2020 is the year that we're not going to forget, right? This is the year that's going to go down in history, that on earth it is the most human being have ever died, right? Without a war, like a physical war been going on. We're not talking about World War I or World War II or World War III, where we got planes flying over, dropping bombs. We have drone going over people, doing drone strike. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a silent killer that they release on their own people. They release it on everybody. Okay? This year gonna go down in history that ever had the most killing in our time, in our generation, without a gun being fired, right? Without a bomb being dropped, right? Without a plane be flying and dropping bombs on people. This year 2020 will be one of the worst year for human population. We never see a decrease like this, and it keep on adding up, right? So sometimes they shift our focus and trying to bring it to, okay, now we in control of it, now we're going to reopen the country, now everything getting, by the time they say that again, you got a different news. You know what I'm saying? Oh, within this month, this is the most case we ever had. And it is crazy like this, right? We never know what to expect. They will never give us something that we needed. They're going to stop at no cost, because these people are definitely not human beings, right? I can't see that. Now, a lot of people, they talk about they want to get back to regular life, right? What is regular life? Why do you want to go back to regular life after this pandemic? Me personally, I don't want to go back to regular life after this pandemic. You know why? Because the majority of our people was suffering, still is, right? And why would you want to choose a life to go back to suffering or living from paycheck to paycheck, right? We should be educating ourselves right now, that we quarantine, that we home, that we have nothing, not like we don't have nothing to do, but now that we have a little bit more spare time, we should be reading our book, we should be doing that research, we should be doing whatever we got to do to educate ourselves, educate our children, right? Knowing what we're supposed to know, use this time to our advantage, right? Anything that you wanted to do, this is the time for you to make 2-3 steps towards getting that in your life, because now we have a little bit more time on our hand. Okay, most people spending this time watching Netflix, watching, playing video games, doing all things that they just want this time to go by. You know, smoking, drinking every day, trying to make this time go by without even improving on their self, right? This time, we have a chance, we have opportunity, we could make this thing beneficial for ourselves, for our race. All right, this should teach us that we need to unite, we need to organize, we need to get together, because what if it should get worse? What if this thing lasts for a long time that we didn't expect it to last? Who we going to depend on? We got to depend on ourselves. I always say this, we can't do the same thing every time and expect different results. We have to depend on ourselves, right? No one going to take us out of the situation that we find ourselves in except ourselves. We have to do it together. We have to learn how to unite. We have to learn how to love ourselves, and we have to get it together. Okay? Right. It opened our eyes and let me see fully. Okay, so now you are awoken, right? So we have to, that's good right there. And also, a lot of us benefit from this, right? Like what he just said. Some of us now, our eyes is open. Now we could see better. Now we know ourselves, because we take the time out and we look in ourselves. We see what we was doing wrong, right? Because one thing I could say, if you growing up doing the same thing every time, you're going to think that that's the way to do it. That's the right way. So sometimes it have to take something to happen for you to compare your regular life to something else, right? So this is why sometimes I even said in a couple of my videos that this pandemic is good for us. It's not good for us that we are dying, but it's a lesson to be learned, right? So instead of us trying to waste our time doing other stuff, we could use this time to open our eyes. Okay, be awakened, research, go into ourselves, find what is there for us to do, figure out what's your strength. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what to do, right? We can get up every day, like I say, and just wishing, oh, when is time going to get back to, when it's going to get back to regular, when it's going to get back to regular. You know what? It's not getting back to regular. The things that we usually do, the things that we always get up and think is normal, it wasn't normal, because the earth need a balance. And this is why this pandemic get out of control, to teach us a lesson, right? Not just to unite, but so we could have some peer to compete regular, what we call regular life with. Because if this never happened, we would have nothing to compare it with. Right. So right. So if it should continue and we have no understanding how to survive on this earth too, right? It's definitely going to be a result that we don't want to see, right? We are here hoping that this thing should stop. It should just go away. Let's get back to our regular life. Our kids should be start going back to school. We want to start go back to the beach. We want to start going out to eat. We want to start going back to the club. We want to start going back to the dance hall. We want to do all these kind of things, but it's just not happening. A lot of us are getting frustrated. What if this thing, I'm asking this question right now, okay, who on this live? What if this pandemic should last for 3 years? How would we survive? How would we survive if this pandemic should continue exactly like this for 3 years straight? What are we going to do? Are we thinking ahead? Are we just focusing on let this thing go away so we could get back to our regular life? What are we going to do if it should last for 3 years straight? No one making money, nobody working. If we don't have those surviving skill, right, of our grandparents, to go back to the old ways of living. If we have to get out our house, go get some wood and fire and all that things, right? We would have to go out there. We would have to catch fire by ourselves. They will. It would be a lot of us gonna die because we always depending on someone else to provide for us. Okay, I'll watch that video when I'm done. Just send it to our email, all right? I'll watch it. So if this should go on for like 3 years straight, a lot of us not going to survive, because the way how we learn to survive, it would never be anything like that anymore. Okay, first thing, we have nothing to provide for ourselves. Okay, to get food into certain country, if you are living in Jamaica, if you're living in the Caribbean, if you're living in Africa, you're probably going to be a lot more better to survive. Okay, because you have land, you have property, you could plant, right? Basically you have a natural result there that you could survive in. But let's say you're in a place like America, England, Germany, right? What if you in certain places that it run off the capital of that country, like United States of America? All right, in the United States of America, this country is run by capitalists. All right, if you don't know what a capitalist is, I will just make a quick thing. A capitalist is someone who they provide for that country, right? So they are the one who provide your food. All right, our email is ShavonRossTV, all right, at gmail.com. So you could send it there. Right, that's the email right there. So you could send it there, I'll watch it. Okay, so if we are in a situation that, all right, like I say, America is a country that run by capitalists. These are the people who provide for everyone that's living in the country, right? These are the people who make sure your food get to you easy, your shelter, your clothing, everything get to you easily, right? These are the capitalists of the country. So without these people, everyone will dead in America. Everyone will starve in America. All right, because we depending on these capitalists to everything that we need, they get it shipped to us, right? So these are the people who actually operate in this country and make it happen, right? So let's say this country should actually continue with this pandemic for all this time. They could stop doing these things. They could just say, okay, you know what, we're just going to feed our people only, and those other people just let they die because we cannot provide for them anymore. They could say that. How are we going to survive? What are we going to do, right? How much skills are we have to survive without the capitalists feeding us? Do we have any natural resource in America, in England, in France, in these places, right, to survive? And if so, how much of us know exactly what to do? A lot of us didn't learn nothing from our grandparents, our great-grandparents, how they were surviving. We didn't learn those things because how we grew up spoiled. We get everything easy. You feel hungry, you just drove down the street, you don't even got to get out your car, you just make an order, you pull up to the drive-thru, they give you your food, you eat, and you come back home, you feel good. What if we don't have none of that, right? How are you going to survive? We don't know, because guess what? We have no control over nothing. We have control. If we should have control over our food, what we eat, how much we plant, what we reap, all these things, it will be good. Okay? We have no control over nothing. And this goes back to show you this is why they treat us like this, because they know we have no connection, right? You will get pulled over in your car and the police officer will treat you like you're garbage, because first, you are black, you have no connection, you don't know anybody who could get you out that easy, and they know that, so they take advantage of that, right? When they pull over a Caucasian person, a white person, they're not going to deal with them like how they deal with us, because that white person, that Caucasian person, they know people, their family are in high position, right? So they could get out easy, the police could get into trouble real easy, so they're not going to deal with them like how they dealt with us, right? So stay on topic. How would we survive? How would we survive? Because we have no plan. First, we are not unite, we are not organized, all right? And if this thing should last for 3 years, we would not survive that 3 years like this. We will not, because we have no surviving skills, right? And a lot of us do, and then again, a lot of us don't. This is the thing with us as people, we easy to get panic, right? We easy to let fear control our life, control our thinking, right? And we operate off fear. This is what I know, okay? We operate from the place of fear. This is how we operate. We don't operate it from a rational perspective. We don't think. We don't have time. We just love to follow everything that people do, and we thinking once they are doing it, that means that is the thing to do. Okay? Let's not focus in on trying to get back to regular life, because that's not going to happen. All right? We have to focus right now on getting together, unite with each other. All right? We are all over this planet, and we have to make sure we learn how to unite, how to get together, how to organize, how to love each other, right? Because this year 2020, it should teach us everything that we need to learn, everything that we need to know. Don't just sit home and play video game, drink, smoke, and not focusing on what are we getting from this lesson. We need to stay focused, look and observe. You know what I'm saying? Now we have something to compare with. Look what we were doing all those years before, and now look what this pandemic has bring. We have to compare and compete these two situations together, and now we see the changes. Now we know what to do. Are we going to do it? Okay? We have to focus like that. We have to think like this. We have to know if, like, let's say, we really want to go back to regular life after we've seen everything that is going on right now. Know that our eyes are open to so much things. Are we still just want to go back to regular life? I heard a lot of people talk. They will say they just can't wait for everything to go back to regular life so they could just go party. They could just go drinking and, you know, go to the club and dance. And it's crazy how we think. We just missing the big picture here. We are not seeing, we are not learning from, we are not capitalizing from this lesson that been taught, that been teaching to us. We are not seeing the bigger picture. All we doing is just waiting, just waiting, just waiting. We just waiting like how the Christian is waiting on Jesus to come save them. This is pretty much what we are doing right now. And that is so crazy for black people to just sit here and just wait. Instead of we learn something from this. Okay? Changes have to happen. We have to make these changes. We have to evolve from that thing that we think was normal, that thing that we think was regular life. We have to evolve ourselves from that situation right now. Okay? It's so surprising when you still look at the news, when you look at the TV, when you hear about so much killing still going on, right? Like where does where do we get time to kill each other? Right? Everywhere you look, you're seeing how much killing going on. Like how we still have time to kill each other? Where we get those time from? Right? Everywhere you look, every time you look, go on the internet, go on YouTube, you will see these videos every time. You will hear this happened, that happened. Some people got murdered around there, some people got killed. What are we doing to ourselves? Right? In this pandemic, we shouldn't even be killing each other. They already killing us. Right? They already killing us with this thing right here, that this pandemic that they have going on. We are dying in rapid numbers. As a matter of fact, from this thing so far, black people is dying a lot more than anyone else. Right? And we still have time and energy to go out there and shoot and kill each other still. We don't know ourselves. We don't know who our enemy is. We appreciate every other race except ourselves. We love everyone else except ourselves. And there go our problem. This is where our problem lies. Okay? We appreciate and we love every other race. We have a loving arms, right, for every other race except ourselves. We kill ourselves more than how we kill anyone else on earth. Okay? A matter of fact, I don't even think black people pick up a gun and kill the next race. Right? All we do is just kill ourselves. This is all we do. We make sure we look for someone who look like us and thinking he is our enemy, she's our enemy. All we do is kill ourselves. We have no love for each other, right? So on top of the pandemic that is killing us, we are causing a next pandemic on ourselves. This year is the year of changes. We have to make changes. We have to make adjustment. We have to evolve. One thing I could tell you, if we don't unite or organize and love each other, we are not going to make it. Okay? And when I speak, I'm not speaking like some other people on YouTube trying to put fear into everyone, you know, like they know exactly what's going to happen and telling people they better do this else this is going to happen. I don't speak like that. I want you to observe things for yourself. I'm here to put you on alert to say, look what is going on, right? Are we going to allow this to keep happening to us? This is my point. Look at all these changes that is going on. What is the adjustment we going to make to fulfill this gap, to get to evolve to a certain level that we need to get to so that we could survive? Because everything or most thing that is going on earth is to go against us, right? Most things is to go against us. And we fail to recognize. We always fear to recognize, right? We fear. Oh, I learn a lot from this channel. Yeah, this channel teach everyone a lot, but some people just not paying attention, right? So we just fail to recognize what exactly is going on in society. We always want to play. We just always want to turn our back. Most black people, okay, this is what they would do to get along, or to put things behind them, or to tend to forget things. Go smoke cigarette and drink alcohol. That is not going to fix our problem, right? That is not going to fix our problem. Listening to music, smoke cigarette, drink alcohol every day, not going to fix our problem. It doesn't matter how much we're going to drink or smoke. This situation, this problem going to still be right here until we make the changes. Right? I'm going to use this Black Lives Movement for an example right now about what I'm going to say. Look at this Black Lives Movement. Look how we rise up and we start to protest against police brutality about what they're doing to us. And just by us rising up and start to marching and starting to speak up and start to do all these things, everything is changing. All right. If that email not going through, try Ross and Shavoy at gmail.com. Okay, maybe it's just flip it around. It should go through. Right? So we are not getting the main picture of what we should be getting, right? Everything is going on. It tend to go against us. Right? We have to get our act together. We have to organize. We have to unite until we get things right. Okay? This is not something that we got to try to smoke away, to drink and get up the next day and do it again. It's not going to work. And a matter of fact, I said this earlier, we can't do the same thing and expect different results. We have to do different things to get different results, right? How much years we be doing this? Drinking whiskey, drinking white rum, drinking Hennessy, smoking, all these things. Nothing gonna change if we don't change it, right? Nothing gonna change if we don't make that change. The change have to come from within ourselves. Each individual have to change to make this thing happen. Right? So we should learn how to make changes. We should learn how to get it right, and we have to do it quickly, right? We have to make sure we do it quickly. These changes bring so much things. The Black Lives Movement, as I was saying earlier, they rise up against police brutality, and look what happened. A lot of police brutality stop, slow down, right? Because we rise up and we unite as one. And when I say as one, I'm not talking about just only black people. We're talking about all race. Like it's not just black people fed up with what's going on, right? It's if you look at all these videos, you see white, Spanish, Chinese, Jewish, you see every different, they're fed up of how black people had been treated. They're fed up about how black people is dying, right? So so our Black Lives Movement rise up. Now you see police getting fired. You see police quitting their job. You know why? They don't have the advantage in to just kill us. So that shows you that they wasn't here to serve us in the first place. They just joined the police force because they want to kill black people. So are we going to stand by and just give in? Are we going to rise up like this Black Lives Movement and make a change? What are we going to do? We have to do something. Doing nothing not going to solve any problem. Doing nothing not going to change nothing that we need to change. Action going to do it. What we going to do? What I suggest for us to do, I already say it. Have to unite. We have to change from within. We have to organize. We have to love each other. We have to stop killing each other. Step back. Check out who our real enemy is. Look deep inside and you will see who our real enemy is. Our real enemy is not someone that look like us. So why are we killing ourselves? Let's get it together. Let's organize. Let's love each other. No one gonna make it happen but us. All right? Nothing gonna bring change if we keep doing the same thing. We cannot keep on doing the same thing and expect different result. All right. This is Shavon Ras TV again. I'm just gonna leave it right there. Every Sunday at 6, I will be going live. So share this video, okay? Let them know about this video. Let them know about our channel. I'm going live every Sunday. All right, and I will see you in the next video. And I hope that you learn something from what I'm saying. And don't just learn from what I'm saying. Let's take action, right? Let's take action. Let's do what we're supposed to do. All right, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. We will have a next video for you. All right.